Hey guys, it's Colleen, and today I'm going to do a first impressions of the ARTIS brushes and also a first impressions of the new Urban Decay All-Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation. So I'm going to apply this foundation with the ARTIS brushes, and the reason why I wanted to grab them was because one, they were on sale. Space NK recently had a promotion for $20 off 100, and so I decided that it was time to try out the ARTIS brushes because I've been wanting to try them out forever. I've been looking for a way to apply my foundation really quickly and also concealer. I'm not a fan of using my fingers, and so I like to use brushes, but currently the one that I'm using is the Sigmax brushes, the really dense, foundation brushes. And I'm also using the IT Cosmetics Optical Blurring Foundation brush, which is really good for my YSL foundation, but that's the only one that I like to use it with. I feel like other foundations, especially the thicker ones, it tends to cause streaking, and so I don't like that too much. So for the ARTIS brushes, I picked up the Oval 7 brush, and I've heard amazing things about it. This has been pretty much on a lot of YouTubers' channels, and they've been raving about it. So I decided to pick this one up. I also picked up the Oval 6 brush because I wanted a smaller foundation brush just to get into like the small crevices and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do in this video is use both of these brushes for foundation and compare them. So I'm going to do half of my face with the Oval 7 and then half of my face with the Oval 6 using the new Urban Decay foundation. For concealer and other uses, I also picked up this set. This is the 3 brush set, and it contains the Circle 1, Oval 4, and the Linear 1. So I'm excited to use this as well. And I'm really excited to try out the Oval 4 for concealer underneath the eyes. I have been looking for a way to apply under eye concealer and corrector underneath my eyes, but I haven't found a great solution that doesn't require my fingers or beauty blender. I've also been looking for a way to apply my foundation without using the beauty blender, just because I feel like the beauty blender sucks up too much product. Because it is a sponge after all, and it just takes so long for me to use it because I have to go wash it, and then just the whole process takes longer. So I need a quick and easy way to apply my foundation every day in the morning because I do have to go to work and get ready. But yeah, I decided to pick some of these up. For the foundation, I picked up the shade 4.0, and I'm hoping it's my color. I actually bought it on Sephora.com, and so I haven't been able to test it. So fingers crossed again that it works out and it blends in well and stuff like that. So a little bit more about this foundation. It does say that it is waterproof and long wearing. I'm definitely going to test that out because I have very oily skin, and a lot of foundations will slip off my face towards the end of the day. And another thing about this is that it has very full coverage. So I'm not a huge fan of full coverage foundations. I don't have bad skin at all, and so I don't feel the need to pile on makeup. So hopefully it doesn't feel too heavy on my skin. But I've heard a lot of great things about this foundation, and I'm excited to try it out. So without further ado, let's get started. So the foundation comes in a pump like this. I'm just going to do maybe about half a pump because it is very high coverage, and I'm not a huge fan of high coverage foundation. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit, and I'm going to put it on the Oval 7 brush. Just directly on it. Have a pump. Looks like this. It looks a little bit light for my skin, I think, but we'll see how it goes. And then I'm just going to put dot it on my face. And then I'm going to blend it out with half on my face of the Oval 7 and the other half with the Oval 6. I don't plan on using this for like blush or bronzer or anything like that. I just want to see if the smaller foundation brush actually does a better job of covering as opposed to this one. I think this one's going to be faster. But let us see. Okay, so I'm going to blend this out. The Oval 7. Wow, this is really high coverage. I didn't put much on at all, as you saw. But so far so good. I think I'm done with this side. I'm going to move on to the oval 6. I don't know if I really like this one too much. It is kind of small and it takes a little longer, but it does get around my nose a little better than the oval 7. I just feel like this takes a little longer, and the reason why I wanted to buy the ARTIS brushes is because I wanted it to like quicken my makeup application. I think for the forehead, this one is actually a little better. It allows me to get into the small spaces and around my brows really well. And also on my nose too. So any small areas, I think the oval 6 seems to be working a little bit better than the oval 7, obviously because this one is much bigger, but I feel like this one is just way faster. And in terms of the coverage for the foundation, I think it does a really great job. You don't need a lot at all. If you are using a beauty blender and not the ARTIS brushes, you will probably need more because the beauty blender just tends to suck things up. But yeah, so far so good. I wonder how well it wears. I do have really oily skin, and so I'm going to check in after I go to work and do all my errands and stuff like that, and I will let you guys know. But on initial thoughts, I think it works really well. Okay, so done with the foundation, we're going to move on to concealer. If I can find it, I'm going to use the Naked Skin from Urban Decay concealer. This is in the color Medium Light Neutral. And I'm just going to put it where I normally put concealer. So around my nose, just a tiny bit, and around my mouth, a little bit in the bridge of my nose, and then a little bit on my forehead. I'm going to color correct underneath my eyes, and so I'm not going to put this one on. I just feel like it might be too much product for the time being. But I'm going to blend it out with the oval 4, I believe. Yeah, this is the oval 4. It looks like this. Ooh. I really like this. It is super soft, and I don't feel like it's tugging on my skin too much. So it's blending out nicely. And it gets around my nose really well. So far, I am a huge fan of the oval 4. I'm going to color correct underneath my eyes, and for that one I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown color corrector in light medium bisque, and I'm just going to pat it on like this. Ooh, I like that. Normally I don't like using my fingers to apply makeup just because I feel like it's really messy and it kind of bothers me. It's just a personal thing, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't like to do it, and so I really wanted to use or purchase this brush in particular because it will allow me to put on makeup really quickly, and I don't have to use the beauty blender, which I have to wash every single time, and that takes up more time. But so far this is fantastic, especially for under eye concealing because it fits really well underneath here. And you don't have to use a ton of product at all to get a pretty high coverage. It's giving me a really nice even coverage, which I am a huge fan of. Okay. Okay, cool, awesome. So that is it for the face. At least for these brushes. I am going to do the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back, and then when I'm going to do my eyeliner, I will use the, what is this? linear one. It looks like this. And then for lips, I'm going to go back to the ARTIS brush and I'm going to try to apply lipstick with the circle one. So it looks like this. But yeah, we're going to fast forward and I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. So I have my liquid liner on. I'm going to go in with the linear one brush into the black color just to set my liquid liner. I do have hooded eyes, and so the eyeshadow tends to transfer onto my liquid liner, and I don't want that. And so I'm just going to pat some black onto my liner. So get some black eyeshadow on. Where's my mirror? This one seems to work really well. It didn't cause a lot of fallout underneath my eyes, and it is thin enough to get into the inner corners, which is really nice. So I think from now on I'm going to use it for that application. Now we're just going to put on the lips. I'm going to take off the lip balm that I have. And we're going to apply the Tom Ford Noir Crimson lipstick, like this, with the circle one. So I'm just going to put some onto the brush. But I wanted to do a really bright red color just so you guys can see it and just to see how well it actually applies. It actually does a pretty good job. I think if you want a sort of sheared out look or just to build up coverage, this is a really great option to use. I think this one fits my lips perfectly, so I really like that. And I like that you can build up the color, because sometimes you don't want a full-on bright red lip, you just want it to be a little bit subtle, and so far I'm liking this. So yeah, this is how it looks like on just a really thin coat of the lipstick, but I am a really huge fan of using this one as a lip brush. So I think that is it for my look. I am going to go to work now, and so I will check back in with you guys on how the foundation holds up, and I will see you guys later. So hey guys, and I'm back. I just got back from work, so it's been 9 hours since I applied the makeup, and I also got rained on because I forgot my umbrella, of course. But this foundation is supposed to be waterproof. It says it's a waterproof long-wear liquid foundation. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I haven't, been in the water for very long. But so far, I think it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. I do feel really shiny up here, and then I noticed that it did wear a bit around my nose, but actually compared to some of the other foundations that I've tried, this is actually pretty good. I think it wears a little bit better than the Rainforest of the Sea foundation from Tarte that I love. But I'm going to blot my face just to show you guys, for you oily girls out there like myself, how this actually wears. But yeah, if you can't tell, I am pretty shiny in my forehead and then down my nose. So we're just going to blot. This is the Boscia blotting linen. And yeah, you guys can probably see even from here that I do produce quite a bit of oil, but it doesn't look like I'm a disco ball compared to I think the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua foundation. I get really oily after using that, and then I think one of the Marc Jacobs ones as well. But liner on my chin. I probably need two, but I'm just going to use one. I mean, it's completely soaked through, so it doesn't really control the amount of oil, but it doesn't look like overly oily on my skin. So after blotting, it looks like this, which looks a little better, and the coverage I think is still there. So I really do like this foundation. It's held up pretty well. I'm going to continue to wear it, obviously, and I'm going to try to apply it using different brushes and even the Beauty Blender to see how well the coverage is going to be. I'm really interested in seeing how this holds up with a Beauty Blender, if it really soaks through the Beauty Blender, and if I need like a lot more. But so far with the, where's my brush? The ARTIS brushes, they have done an excellent job of applying the foundation really evenly and smoothly. I don't know if it really helps the wear or not, but yeah, again, I'll test it out with different brushes and different application techniques. But so far, on my first impressions, I'm really digging the ARTIS brushes and the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys later.